Hey everybody, this is PD from the Spinner Rack, and today I'm doing a requested video on Magnus Robot Fighter and Nexus. And before I get into that, I wanted to show you the dynamic of Magnus, because you're going to see something interesting when you see the crossover, right? So originally, Magnus was a part of Gold Key, and later it became Acclaim under or Valiant under Jim Shooter, right? So this is a reprint of the origin of Magnus, right? So we have a little intro page. Robots ruling the world. I think this comic book should find a comeback, right? And look at the art. It's pretty interesting. It's by Russ Manning. Very clean, right? See the robots controlling things and destroying books, and then they push back, but the kids are getting beat up, and then Magnus comes in and destroys them. Right, so we get to see the nice dynamic of the book. Right, so let's. Sorry. So here we have Magnus Robot Fighter and Nexus, right? So you see here, this is Steve Rude doing a painted cover. And don't make me say it, though I'm not going to say it. It's just as good as the Gold Key cover, right? But having the dynamics of today, have the musculature, that sort of thing, because I don't believe Russ Manning did the painting of the covers, right? So in there, right, Steve Rude does a little intro page, right? But he goes quick right into the fight, and so I'm not sure if he was following through with everything that was in the Valiant ones, because it seems like if you look at this, and this looks almost exactly like Russ Manning, right? And the story is Gift Horse, and you see Magnus with Leisha, with his girlfriend. They were just having a picnic. Arkham comes, right? So we're just going to quickly go through this, right? Because this is just a fun sort of thing, and it kind of works. Magnus really works to Steve Rude's abilities. I mean, there's not much Steve Rude can't do. The only thing I've seen, which I didn't feel worked, was the one X-Men page he did in Hero to Hope. It was everything was very small, but that was early in his career, right? And he's here to banish all disease, right? And the gift is yours. He said, "Do you believe her?" "No, I mistrust altruistic strangers." And why do you call him her? Right? So everyone is seeing something different, right? And worried about this. So, right, so he comes there and sees the council, and they're trying to think about it, right? But they're iffy on it, right? But then, of course, it gets implemented, and we see a wreckage of robots. They set him up. They got a ancient robot, and he draws the robots similar to the classic ones that Russ Manning was doing. Right? Look at that shot of Arkin right there. Yeah. No, it's a this is a definitely a gorgeous book and a fun read. You see him running to his grandmother. He said, "Don't." That's a gift horse. You know what they say? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And you see the people going to the clinic, getting checked up, and everyone's happy. But he's always seen in shadow, even in the daytime. Right? Right. As Magnus tries to see the old woman again, more robots come. So Magnus Robot Fighter goes into action. Right? He does even the paneling with no borders. And the action, this is kind of, almost movie. That's like kind of Perez. Like the action kind of moves. You can feel the energy in it. So, yeah, I mean, what is it? What's the crossovers that I like? I like some amalgam stuff. Batman, Captain America, this, Nexus, Madman. I like looking at Magnus and Predator, right? And she's already predicted the Liberator is coming, and that, of course, is Nexus, right? And and see how the difference, how Magnus isn't reacting negatively towards on Nexus. He's not attacking, right? So it's and to stop the attack, the Magnus has him. And this doesn't have the arbitrary fight between the heroes. So Legion Claim. This is Magnus. This is Nexus. Are you the Liberator? Some call me that. Came through a series of black holes in pursuit of a man they call Harley Arkin. Do you know him? You know him as Arkin. Claims to be a healer, and he seems to have cured many citizens of infirmities and ailments. He's a liar and a con man, a mass murderer. He flees because justice is closing in. Right? There's a ship. Right? But in the ship is a huge robot and a huge Magnus style robot. Right? So then we have the next, another painted cover, right? In Steve Rude style. And we get an intro to Nexus and what he does, right? He has to take out mass murderers, has to assassinate them, right? So Magnus and Nexus are fighting the robot, the gift horse and the mouse, the Trojan horse, right? And it's an all-out battle, right? So, I said, what are those robot smashing prophecies? Be careful. And dialogue is fairly simple. It's not heavy, which is good. Especially for if you're interested in meeting these sort of two characters, it just kind of flows very quickly, right? And And yeah, these, when we see Nexus take out this big robot, right? And all the robots freeze once he kills the big one, right? And they come out to catch Nexus because he's fallen for some reason. And Poppy, she's seen Nexus in his dreams. And we get to see the history of Arca, right? And it's cool. He's doing another effect using, I'm not sure, I guess it's like a zipatone or a dual shade, right? And yeah, he's using it to maximum effect. And he finds, in this case, some technology and a bunch of stuff like that, right? Then he finds out that Nexus is after him, so he gets out of there quick. And look at the lighting here in this cave. Like, good Lord. Like, I don't think anyone else has thought about this crossover in many years, right? And the monster's back and got a new power source. It's a two-prong attack from Nexus. Nexus is outside and inside. And we see when he attacks, Nexus snaps his neck, and that stops the robot, right? But it was actually Magnus that was inside, right? And does what he does what Nexus would have done, but we find out that the people are actually on drugs. Um, Something that would mask the pain, not save them. So it's all, the crazy part is it's it's also, yeah, so oh man, this is just crazy. It's just a very simple story, and it works in the sense of being a little more powerful than it seems. So see Nexus flying off, and it's a fun. I guess it's one that had to happen because it's definitely Steve Rude, who's you can see where he got a lot of his style from. I know he started out as Paul Gulacy, and then I think you started to see more Kirby in his work and a lot of classic artists. So a lot of classic artists that he likes. John Romita, Joe Schuster, I guess the early Batman type stuff, and Russ Manning is obviously one he's really got a style from. So this is how. Nope, we don't see that. So there we go. We did Nexus, Magnus Robot Fighter. Spin rack out.